Hi, everybody. I'm Joseph Goodman of Goodman Games. We recently announced our City State of the Invincible Overlord crowdfunding project for 5e and DCC RPG. In the video you're about to see, some of our product development team is going to tell you about what makes the City State so amazing and why we're bringing it back to 5e and DCC audiences nearly 50 years after it was first released. It really is an amazing setting. But we could have rolled this project out with a lot more clarity. Now, to be clear, Goodman Games absolutely opposes any sort of bigotry, racism, anti-Semitism, homophobia, transphobia. We don't want to support it. We don't want to be associated with it. Our well-intentioned effort to launch this project in a way that refunds backers of a former failed Kickstarter from another publisher kind of backfired the way we announced it. But rest assured, the funds from this crowdfunding will actually fund refunds to backers of the original City State crowdfunding for the Pathfinder edition from 2014. Unfortunately, our efforts have been, I didn't clarify them perfectly when we rolled it out, and they've been mischaracterized by some folks since then. But please rest assured, we stand for inclusivity and diversity. You can read a lot more detail in the post that's linked below, and there's another video link below where we talk about this in even more details. But for now, we hope you will sit back and enjoy as some of the product development team tells you about really what makes the City State of the Invincible Overlord so amazing and why you might want to check it out when it comes to crowdfunding soon. Thanks, and I'll turn it over to them now.
Hey y'all, this is Michael Curtis from Goodman Games, and I am here today to talk to you in a series of videos about City State of the Invincible Overlord and what you can expect in Original Adventures Reincarnated number 10 coming soon on Backer Kit from Goodman Games. Now, the City State of the Invincible Overlord is going to be coming to you as a gigantic box set, and it is going to, I don't quite know how thick it's going to be, but it's going to have four big, beefy softcover books in it, along with five poster-sized maps as well. So I am not lying when I say that this box has easily years of adventuring goodness in it for you. All you are going to need is a copy of the box set and whatever your rules system of choice, be that DCC or 5e, and get a couple of players together, and you're set for a long, long, long time. So I'm going to focus on the cities itself, and in the other videos, I'll feature on some other stuff which will be in the box set. But let's talk about the city-state in and of itself. So if you are unfamiliar with the city-state, the best way to think about it is evil Rome. So that might be redundant to some people, but imagine a one of the strongest powers in the world that is ruled by a despotic autocrat and his band of flunkies who is in charge over a group of scheming nobles and has a vast army under his control. And so the city-state is basically, it's not a good place, so it's ripe for adventure. And the city-state book itself will describe almost 400 locations within the city itself, more than 500 NPCs, and there's also going to have almost 200 rumors and legends, which can be used as adventure seeds to further expand the campaign. So basically, it is the perfect setting for adventurers because you go to the city-state and it's pretty much anything goes. I mean, anything and everything can be bought or sold in the city-state, so it's the perfect place to get rid of all that ill-gotten treasure that you pulled out of a dungeon or buy supplies for your next trip into it. There are, of course, it being a city, it is not a static place, so there are constant schemes going on. There is, of course, there's the Invincible Overlord himself. There are nobles who want to climb up the social ladder. There are temples of all faiths and creeds, some of which may have, tenets which oppose to each other. You have craft guilds, which are a relatively new phenomenon and kind of threaten the standard feudal hierarchy of the city. Plus, you have your standard thieves guilds, assassin guilds, mercenary guilds, all sorts of things which can lead into adventure. Um, as I said, almost 400 locations. Many of those are shops and such. So you can buy anything from wax and rope to sorcerer supplies and funeral parlor arrangements. Most of the businesses, the NPCs are a little quirky. I mean, they're not all weird or anything like that, but there's enough background material that the judge, the game master, can make any visit interesting, and you never know what's going to be behind a shop door. For example, there is one of my favorites. There's one shop which is run by a god who just really wants to be loved. So he's pretending to be mortal until he finds somebody who loves him for his not knowing that he is in fact a divine figure. There's a halfling cook who loves all sorts of mechanical devices, and he has like a talking bird which operates his automatic door opener, and he's got like a fox on a treadmill which stirs his batter. So there's fun stuff. Some of it is a little crazy, but we love that with DCC and we love that in Goodman Games. But you know, it's also it's not it's not all fun and games, because there are plenty of people who are willing to stick a dagger in your back. There is, you know, the makeup of the city is very cosmopolitan. You have humans, dwarves, elves, you know, all the halflings, all your standards, but you also have trolls and orcs and gnolls, and you know, so you know, maybe even a couple ogre magi lurking somewhere, some demons, what have you. So you never know who you're going to run into, and there's always a chance you'll have a fight with, you know, somebody while walking down the street because they don't like the way they look of you, or because, you know, for various other reasons. There is so much goodness in the city state. I swear that you could run almost any campaign type that you want. Want to do a dungeon crawl? You can do that because there is actually a multi-level dungeon underneath the one of the bad parts of town that, if you find it, then hey, you can go down there, you know, do your murder hoboing, you know, do your dungeon crawling, come back to the treasure, exchange it, heal up, and then go back again if you want to do a kind of a dungeon centric campaign. Of course, it being a city, me being a big fan of Fritz Leiber, and of course, Fat from the Great Mouser, you know, the city state really calls to me. If you want to do a group of thieves, you know, just trying to make their way in the world, there are plenty of places to rob in the city state. Some places might be more protected than others, so you have to be careful, and you have to make sure the Thieves Guild gets a cut. For those of you who are introduced in social intrigue, there are ways to rise in social level and, you know, kind of get on the good sides and bad sides of all these various nobles. Maybe you're trying to win favor with the overlord, maybe not. You can do that. If you want to do something like, you know, some sort of military theme, some sort of, you know, like Black Company almost thing, there are some details about the military, the standing army of the city state. You can easily find yourself get drafted or sign up to see the world, and then you have to deal with all the problems of being sent to a far off country to, you know, because the overlord doesn't like armed people hanging around him all the time. You can even do gladiatorial ones. There's an arena, and you know there are, you know, games to the death, fighting lions and all the monsters and stuff. If you want to run a game where everybody is, you know, gladiators trying to make a name for themselves in the city, you can do that there. As I said, city state not a great place, so you could also do, if you're into social reform, maybe the goal of the campaign is to topple the overlord because he has it coming. So maybe you want to instigate changes in the city, and that could be the force of the entire campaign. This is, you know, this is going to be an ecstatic group, and no matter what your play style, you can find something in it. A lot of this material is going to be ready to go as soon as you open the box, but there's plenty of room to make the city state your own, which was always the intention of when it was first published. There is plenty of details, but there's also plenty of blank canvas that allows you to make the city state your own, be that new businesses, new NPCs, new monsters, anything you want. You can find a place for it in the city state of the Invincible Overlord. So I can't wait for this to be revealed. We've been working on this for a long time, and this is just going to be an amazing opportunity for those of you who've been, you know, I mean, until we come out with the official DCC, you know, campaign world, or you know, the official Goodman Games Aerith, and we revive that. This is going to be the box that you can use as your campaign setting for years to come. So I hope you will, you know, follow us, do all that you need to do, and sign up for the backer kit page, and you will be announced when it goes live sooner than you may expect. So this is the first. As I said, I'll be back in another video, and I'll talk more about the lands outside the city-state, which are also ripe for exploration. So I'll see you in a little while. Thanks. Bye-bye.